Hey, everybody, Star here, and I am going to give you my reasons why I do not like Plotagon and why I do not recommend it personally, and why I think animating or drawing your own characters is better, or using a different program that is better than this app. My god, this app is absolutely awful. Let me give you my reasons why I do not like this app, even though I like the videos made by it. 1. A lot of stuff is behind a paywall, which is just pissing off. Like, nobody, in my personal opinion, should have to be stuck behind a paywall just to create videos. A good example of this is the backgrounds. A lot of the backgrounds are stuck behind a paywall, even basic ones are stuck behind a paywall, which is just pissing off. And for me personally, some of the other stuff behind a paywall is not even worth it whatsoever. You'll see what I mean as I keep going on for my reasons on why this app sucks. Number 2, you can't even make the characters freaking walk. Oh, come on, this is just awful. Now, the characters will just have to be teleported, or you will have to see what happens next just so you can say that the characters were walking off the screen, which is just annoying. Like, what if there's an importing moment where the characters need to run or walk, like if they are battling for their lives? Like, come the heck on, how am I going to do a good scene of the characters running for their lives when they can't even walk? At the very least, I am pretty annoyed how they can't even walk, let alone run. But even worse, back in the beta version the characters were actually able to walk, but not anymore. And even though the running one will definitely be less used, the walking one is actually pretty important for me personally, and it's very annoying how they decided to not do this in the final version. Number 3, you cannot change the character height or weight. This is also a pretty annoying issue for me personally, because there is only one body type you can do, which is just annoying. Well, the only thing that can kind of look plus size or can make the characters look a little more skinny is the face shape, but other than that you can't change the body type to look any different at all, and you can't even make a little kid characters without them being the exact same size of adults, teenagers, or their parents, which looks incredibly inaccurate. Number 4, there are no props other than a controller and a phone, which is just annoying. So basically, if you want to show your character as holding something like McDonald's fries, for example, or holding a pencil or playing with a doll, you'll have to download it from Google Images, which is just pissing off, and plus it will look incredibly inaccurate. I know, and 2D it doesn't look that good either, but in my personal opinion it looks way better in 2D than it does in 3D, and this is why it should have custom props that are more than just a frickin' controller and phone, because unlike 2D that at least doesn't look that bad, 3D animation will not look good at all personally, and it will look very inaccurate. Number 5, you can only add 2 characters in a scene. Like, come on, what if I want to add 3 characters or 4 or 5? I mean, that's just annoying for me personally. Like, come on, nobody wants to only be able to add 2 characters in a scene. I know that some people are okay with it, but not me. I mean, it would look much better if you could add multiple characters in a scene, and this is another reason why I prefer drawing characters or using a better program than this, because if you use a better program like GoAnimate, for me personally, even if I don't focus on GoAnimate as much as I did back then, and will make other content as well, other than just that, and gacha, because of the videos I have seen that I really like, because you can add a multiple characters to a scene that aren't just 2 characters. Number 6, you have limited character locations, which is just pissing off. Like, come on. Nobody wants limited character locations, trust me, because what if I want to put a character behind a bed or something like that, and now I will just have to be limited thanks to the app's limitations. Number 7, and this is the worst part for me and my personal opinion, the character designs are so freaking limiting. So basically, if you want to make a character from a show you like, they will look inaccurate and they will look absolutely awful personally, that it's just annoying as heck. Like, my freaking god, the designs won't even look that good, and I know some design that can't be done, except if they are drawn, or they aren't able to do in most programs, is understandable. Sometimes the characters will just look so awful and so bad, which I recommend a much better character creating app than this, so you can make videos instead of this rubbish. And here are some of my examples of what I mean. A good example of this is Nutty from HTF. I mean, just look at his design from the actual show versus how he looks in Plotagon. I mean, can't you see how inaccurate it is? And this isn't even worth the creator intended to do, which is Aubrey Cox, by the way, credits to her. This is literally just a limitation that the app has, which is so pissing off and annoying. And his skin color is not even right, and he doesn't even at least have his candy on his body like he does in the actual show. My second example is Toothy from the exact same show as Nutty, and this is how his design looks in the actual show versus how it looks in Plotagon. Oh my goodness, at the very least Nutty could get his skin color green even if it wasn't accurate. Toothy, he doesn't even have his skin color, heck, he not even the right species. He is supposed to be a beaver and he doesn't even have his tail. And oh my freaking god, I could complain about how bad the designs are all day, but I won't. However, I do want to show you how I think all of the designs here are really bad, and then I will show you my least favorite one. So I am just going to show you them, but I will try to make it not so long for each character because I don't want to stretch out the runtime too much. Anyways, let's begin. Well, I'm going to complain about the least bad one here. So my first one is Cuddles. Well, even though he has multiple things wrong with him, like how his hair is inaccurate, it isn't really too horrible. I mean, his skin color is not completely right and he's still weird. He isn't too bad because at least his species is correct and at least he has his bunny slippers. Alright, now let's get on to the fourth one. Now this is going to be worse than the last. So the next one is Giggles, and my goodness, she looks completely inaccurate. Her species is completely wrong. She is supposed to be a chipmunk. I know some people might think she's a bear due to her not having a tail, but she's actually a chipmunk. Number 2, her skin color is completely inaccurate. She has a human skin color even though in the actual show she has a light pink skin color. And number 3, she does not even have her bow. At least, I know this is bad, but trust me, the last one will be the worst. Now, my next one is Flippy. Oh my god, he looks absolutely hideous. His species is inaccurate. He is not a dog, he's a bear. His sleeves aren't even correct. Heck, not even his shirt is correct, and he's missing his hat. Also, his skin color, just like Nutty, is also inaccurate. And my next one is Flaky. Oh my freaking god, she looks absolutely hideous. Her species is completely wrong, just like Giggles, Flippy, Toothy and Nutty. She is supposed to be a porcupine, not a rabbit, and also, she looks so creepy to look at, and she's so freaking creepy to look at. Like my god, she looks absolutely hideous, and also she looks like she's bald with hair, but only on the back of her head and not the rest of her scalp, which is just straight up creepy and weird in my personal opinion. And Flaky, unlike the others, doesn't even have ears. Like my goodness. Also, she doesn't have the white flakes in her hair like she does in the actual show. Now this is just absolutely cancerous. Oh my freaking god, what the heck happened to Handy? Oh my mother of Christ, live in Teresa, what the heck is this bus of? Hey, species is completely inaccurate. Why on earth is he a human? At least the others were animals. He's not even an animal, he's just a freaking human. Holy shoot. Also, why on earth is he wearing pants like in the actual show? He only wears a belt. Also, his belt is not even accurate. It's not brown, it's freaking black. Wow, just wow, this is just an awful. Also, he looks so freaking creepy to look at. He looks like a creepy hybrid of some species, and let me tell you, it's definitely not a beaver. And my goodness, he just looks so creepy and uncanny to look at. Also, he is disabled. Why on earth does he have hands? Also, this is another problem with the body types in the actual show. Handy is disabled, and has nubs instead of hands, but in this version, he has freaking hands and arms. My goodness, he just looks awful and so inaccurate. God dang, this is just absolutely cancerous, just cancerous. I tell you, cancerous. Well, that's all for now. I could tell you more about how awful the other designs are, but that's for another time. Also, there is one more in my personal opinion that is even worse than Handy's, or I don't know, it's equally as bad. I don't know how to feel about it, but it definitely is absolutely horrendous. However, credit to Aubrey Cox for the designs. Even though I don't like the designs, even though I like her anyways. Signing off.